All right, hello and welcome to FitEssentials Basics. Today, I'm Shauna. I'll be taking you through class. Here's our disclaimer. You're about to engage in intense physical activity. Proceed with caution. Do not attempt to perform any movements or activity that exceed your current physical capabilities. Participants with injuries, high blood pressure, chronic health conditions, recent chest pain, or that have any other condition that may limit their ability to participate in this activity should consult their physician or healthcare provider before proceeding. All right, folks, you're welcome to come to your feet or just hang out in your chair, whatever is best for your body. We're going to do our rounds of breathing, and then we'll get moving a little bit more. All right. So in the chair, you're going to kind of come to the edge, bring your hands in front of your chest. We just start the same way each time. Get ourselves grounded. Breathe in, reach your arms out to the front of your body, stretch up tall, and then exhale and drop them down to the sides. Very good. 2 more times through. I invite you to close your eyes if you know this. Reach and breathe. Exhale, relax, open through the shoulders. Very nice. And once more, straight up. And relax down. Very good. All right, I'm going to come to my feet. If it works for you as well, join me there. Otherwise, just mimic and follow the best you can in your chair. All right, so we're going to start with our arms straight out in front of our bodies. We're going to step out to the side, open through the chest, step in and close. Step out and open, squeeze those shoulder blades together, in and closed. Out and in, good job. Out and in. We call these our seal jacks. Anyone want to make some noises like a seal? Feel free, have some fun with it, playing with it. And relax. Very good. Next, we're going to relax those arms down. We're going to go into our paused march. So you can also mimic this out of the chair. Lift one arm, lift the opposite knee, pull up through your midline. And then we're going to be down and shift. Lift and hold, down and shift. And only pull that knee up as far as you're confident, right? So you might not be ready to go too tall. Just a little bit, up and hold, down and relaxed. Very good. Nice. Pulling up each time. Very good. And then from here, feel free if you want to balance on something. You're going to reach one arm up to overhead, and then we're going to bring the knee towards the same side elbow. So stretch long, and I'm even kind of reaching my leg back. And from the chair, just pull that knee up, same side elbow. Stretch and up and in. Squeeze the glute as you reach that foot back, up and in. Good job. Couple more. Back and up. Very good. In between sides, hands on the hips, and let's circle it around. Around to one side. And then trace it back the other way, around the other. Very good. And then we're going to go the same thing on the opposite side. Feel free to balance, lifting up to the midline, reach one arm up, and then the knee towards that same side elbow, extend back, squeeze that glute, up and in. Good job. It's okay if you can't quite get the elbow all the way to the leg. Just do the best you can. Up, squeeze, in and close. Good job. A few more. And Shirley, if you want to turn your camera on, we can't see your smiling face. If you want to leave it off, you're always welcome to. It just, sometimes people don't always know that it's off. And back. There you go. Last one. And relax. Fantastic. One more time on the hips. Instead of circling it this time, let's just kind of tilt the hips side to side. So a little bit of bend in the knees. And just kind of rocking back and forth, feeling for any catches, any stiff areas. Asking it to open. There you are. Hi, Shirley. Very good. And now we're going to go into our, you can go back to those seal jacks, or if it feels okay to go overhead, reach up overhead, drop the arms as you step in, reach up and down. Good. Up and down. Fantastic. Up and down. Opening through the chest and shoulders. Wonderful. Good. As you raise your arms up, try to keep your shoulder blades back and down. So on this instance, we're not trying to shrug into the ears right now. Just get a nice opening. Good. Once more. Fantastic. Next, we're going to move into our march and punch. So you're going to reach one knee up and punch across the body. This can be done from the chair as well if anyone needs a break, or I lift the knee and punch the arm. Lift and punch. Good. Lift and punch. Fantastic. So I keep the knee as square as I can as I reach the arm across the body. There you go. Wonderful. Couple more each side. Well done. Last one each side. Fantastic. All right, and then if that's all feeling good, again, we can balance as needed, but we're gonna try a little extra challenge here. We're gonna pull up, arms out to the side, and if you feel secure, we're gonna go opposite arm towards the opposite knee, down and relax. Lifting up, elbow towards the opposite knee, down and relax. And again, this is a great one to do from the chair, where it's gonna be knee to the elbow and open, knee to the opposite elbow. Very good. We're gonna spend another 30 seconds here, so just take your time, good focus, good control. It's like a sneaky little balance exercise mixed in there. We're going to be working on quite a bit of balance this morning or afternoon if you're watching the replay, wherever you are. Good. 10 more seconds. In and relax. Arms are starting to burn on my end. I don't know about you all. Beautiful. Last one. Fantastic. Go ahead and relax those arms down. Shake them out. All right, either seated in the chair or standing, we're going to do an arm upper body stretch. And if you're standing, we're going to include the hips as well. So you're going to mirror me. If you're standing, I want you to step your left leg back and take your left arm to your right shoulder. We're going to pull that elbow down and in, just starting to open up the outer shoulder just a little bit. And now we're going to rock the hips forward. So my feet are hip width apart. Don't want to be too narrow on this. And then we're shifting the hips and I'm rotating my body towards your right leg. So rotating towards the right side. It's great to turn your head as well. Look over that right shoulder. Let's take 2 nice deep breaths here. Breathe in and out. One more. In and out. Very good. Go ahead and relax it down. As long as you're not going to slap anything, just kind of swing the arms back and forth, opening through your chest again. We can never open through our chest too much here. Working against the positions that we tend to hold the rest of the day. All right, when you finish that, we're going to step the opposite leg forward. So now it's going to be your left leg forward, right leg back, your right arm to your left shoulder. Again, hug that elbow down and into your torso. And now we're shifting the hips and rotating towards your left. Rocking it back, shift and rotate. Back and in. Very good. Couple more times. Back and over. Last one. Fantastic. Go ahead and shake it out. If you have a doorway or a wall nearby, let's make your way to that. We're going to open up through the chest. All right, so you're going to go elbow right about 90 degrees up against the wall or up against the doorway. Your inside leg steps forward, and now you want to lean into it. So you start to feel an opening on the front of the chest, and then turn your body away. So I kind of go outstretched arm on the other side, peering over that shoulder. Go ahead and relax the eyes, close and breathe. Very good. And then same thing, other side. Elbow up about 90 degrees, right about shoulder height. Inside leg steps forward, lean into it, and then turn your torso away. Breathe deep. Fantastic. And relax down. Very good. All right, everybody, if you have a chair nearby or a table that you can support on, we're going to do a couple more exercises to activate the backside, and then we'll get started into our first circuit. So either on a couch or a chair, you're going to place your hands down, or a table or a counter works great too. Walk your feet back, pushing through your hands. You're going to bring one knee towards the same side elbow and then extend it back behind you. Squeeze the glute and only as far that you can keep your low back from arching. So kick it back, pull it in, and then squeeze your tush as you extend it back. Pull that knee in, and you want to focus to have the toe pointing straight down towards the floor. So sometimes there's a tendency to kind of roll the hips out to the side. So think about back foot, point straight down. Good. Good job. Last one. And relax. Pay attention. I was on the right leg. So if you are different than me, just notice that, because we're going to stand up in between sides. Walk those feet in so they're about hip width apart. My toes are pointing straight ahead. Hands on the thigh, our Jefferson curl neck. So a little bit of give into the legs, heels are planted. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, and then slide your hands down your legs. Just stretching the backside of the body. Go as far as you feel confident. Pause there if you feel okay for a moment, breathing. 1 to 2 cycles, and then when you're ready, tuck your hips under, gradually make your way back up to the top. Fantastic. You can just kind of tilt your torso side to side a couple times. Get a little bit of rotation into the spine. Very nice. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So remember, I did the right side last time. So if you were the same as me, now we're going to do the left. I'm going to use the side of the chair this time. I'm going to place my hands on the side of the armrest, walk the feet back, and then pulling the knee towards the same side elbow, extend that leg straight back. Squeeze your glute, toe points towards the floor. Pull the knee in and extend nice and long. Good job. And once you understand what you're doing, look right between your wrists. So hold that head neutral as well. Very good. Nice controlled movements. As you extend the leg, you're going to be likely to want to arch that back. So pull the belly button in. Keep your low back neutral, not letting it overarch. Let's go 1 to 2 more. In and extend. In and extend. Fantastic. Go ahead and shake that out. Starting to feel a little bit of burn on that support leg. If you have a glass of water nearby, go ahead and grab a quick drink and then join me in the chair for a couple of stretches, a little bit of movement for the ankles. All right. So seated in the chair, you're just going to pull one leg up, kind of grab onto the knee if you can, or you can just hold the leg up. And we're going to twirl that ankle around 3 to 5 times, around to one direction. And then when you're ready, 3 to 5 times the other way. And it's normal, you'll kind of feel those bones moving around. It's good movement. And then relax that leg down. Same thing, other side. Sit long, sit tall, lift it up and twirl that ankle around. All right, everybody, so we're getting ready for some balance work. We're going to be doing our tandem stance today, which is essentially mimicking standing up on a tightrope. It's one of those things that sounds easy, but it's usually a little bit more challenging than we might imagine. We're going to hold 30 seconds on one side. Then I'll change it up. We're going to do a little bit of a stretch in between sides. Then we'll hold 30 seconds on the other. And then at the end of each set, we're going to do what's called a good morning. Just a couple exercises to wake up the back side of the body that we'll be doing from a standing position. You can always join us from a chair if you need to for that portion. And, you know, anything else that you need to make adjustments for, by all means. Actually, I'm going to keep the camera without my head for a moment. So if you are going to join us on your feet, go ahead and come up to standing. And this is a good one, especially if your balance is a little bit questionable or you feel a little uncertain at times, have a chair or stand right near the wall so that you can have something to counterbalance. And now let's start with your left foot forward. So you're going to place your right foot, walk your left foot so that the heel is right in front of those toes. And now we're going to lift up, look straight ahead. And if you can take your arms out to the side, we're going to hold here for 30 seconds. So breathe, good focus. Here we go, fantastic. And now there's that tendency, I feel myself wanting to be pulled forward. So pull your shoulders back, stack them right over the hips. Almost there. And 2, 1, and relax. Very good. And in between sides, we're gonna do a little bit of a side stretch. So feet about hip width apart, one hand on the hip, reach the arms like across the body to start, and back. And then we're gonna reach a little bit higher each time, and back. Good job. Over the head when you feel ready, and back. And you can turn your head so you kind of look up at your hand as well as you can. About 3 to 5 reaches. Very good. Down and across. And then switch sides when you're ready. So we'll just start by reaching across the body right about shoulder height. From here, I start to reach about the level of my forehead. And then if I feel good for it, and now I start to reach overhead. Again, following the hand with your gaze. Look up, reach up, and down and in. Very good. Couple more. Stretch that side body. And last one. Fantastic. All right, we're going to switch legs now. We're going to go to tandem stance on the right. So you're going to place your right foot forward this time. Step that left foot right behind. I know you can't see my torso at all, but we're just standing straight up and down, arms out to the side if you can. And here we go, starting our 30 seconds. Watch something straight ahead. Those of you that are starting to feel more masterful with your balance, I know I'm not today so much. I'm really wobbling quite a bit here. So have a lot of grace with yourself. If you're like, man, this is a lot harder than I expected. I'm teetering also. Oh man, there's a glare on my watch. I gotta move my body. All right, we're almost there, folks. 5 seconds and 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo, good job. Guess the last class has me off my balance today. All right, and then the end of the circuit is our good mornings. So your feet are in by the hips. Go ahead and cross your arms over your chest. I like to call these my I Dream of Jeannie arms. Slight bend in those knees. And now long spine, send your hips back, bowing forward, just to where you say hello to the hamstrings, back of the body, and then standing straight up, looking straight ahead. Long spine as you bow forward, not going beyond about 90 degrees if you tend to be flexible, looking straight ahead. Let's go about 3 more. Bow forward, stand tall, squeeze your tush, squeeze your glutes as you stand upright. And then again, pushing the hips back and straight up. Fantastic. All right, everybody, go ahead and grab a quick drink, and we're going to go 2 more times through that cycle, starting back on the left leg. All right. Camera angle was so much easier when we had all the room outside. All right, left foot in front of the right foot. Stack it straight on like you're right on a tightrope. And here we go, looking straight ahead. Arms out to the side. Ten seconds in. And now pull yourself back if you feel yourself kind of falling forward, straight up and down. That's 20 seconds, 10 to go if you've got all 30 with us. Take a break whenever you need. Woo, continue to lift up, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. In between sides this time, we're gonna go a little bit wider base stance, kind of walking the feet out. And actually, this is a great one to do holding on to a surface, but I'm gonna show you straight on so you can see a little bit more of my legs. I have a little bend in my knees, but my heels are strongly planted. And I'm just gonna shift my weight to one side, looking to open up that inner thigh. Back to center. and then shift your weight to the other side. Watch the position of your knee here. Heel down, push your knee wide, back to center, and again to the other side. Just reaching your arms out as a counterbalance. There you go. Good. In and hold. Fantastic. And then go ahead and walk your feet in. 10 seconds, and we're gonna go to our opposite leg. So now we step, and then when we're ready here, we'll place that right foot down, lifting up through your midline, place the left foot directly behind, stack the shoulders, and here we go. Arms out to the side when you're ready.
Here's a tip. Use your back shoulder muscles.
Yeah, I like it, Diane. That's right. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Use your back muscles. 20 seconds. Diane always gives the best tips.
And you won't wobble.
Help that wobble. And 2, 1. There's our 30. Great job. Our good mornings are next. Feet are inside the hips, toes straight on. And you can either stick with your I Dream of Jeannie arms or open the chest a little bit more, go hands behind the head. Bend into your knees, and now long spine. Send your hips back, bow forward. Squeeze the glutes as you stand. Again, bend into the knees, send the hips back, and straight up. Good job. About 20 more seconds here. Just move at your own rhythm. Probably about 3 to 4 more. Over and up. Good job. Sometimes people lose the confidence to move into this hinge. If you've had any low back issues, sometimes you start to compensate and move the other way, which can be hard on the knees to always kind of push the knees forward. Good job. Go ahead and rest there. We'll just take a short rest here, and then we're going to roll right into that third round here in 20 seconds. Last time through with the tandem stance. If you feel fairly secure, if you want to hold a weight while you balance, you could hold a weight right up underneath your chin. Left foot forward, right foot placed directly behind. Squeeze those shoulder blades, and here we go. Looking straight ahead. Either holding the weight here underneath the chin or arms out to the side to counterbalance. Oh, don't hold the weights out to the side. And like Diane gave us that wonderful cue earlier, squeeze your shoulder blades back. Use the back of your body. That's 20 seconds already. And lift up as well. So pull up through your midline. 2, 1, and relax. Very good. Feet nice and wide. Arms out to the side. And now we're going to go what we call a windmill stretch. So slight bend in those knees. Send your hips back and reach towards your opposite leg. Stand tall. Send the hips back, reach towards the opposite leg. Wonderful. Straight up, squeeze the glutes, hinging over, standing tall. Beautiful. Let's get about 3 more on each side. Over and up, over and up. Very good. Just reaching as far as you feel confident. Again, firing that backside. Let's get about 1 more on each side. And then we're almost done here. Second half of this third cycle. Good job. Shake it out. We're going to go in 15 seconds with the right leg forward. All right, 10 seconds till we start. So again, with weight or without weight, if you're going to hold weight right underneath the chin, place your right foot down, left foot directly behind, and here we go. Pulling up, shoulders back, squeeze them together, lift up through your core. Woo! Feel that wobble. There's 15 seconds. I'm weebling and wobbling all the way through. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great job. Place that down, and then our last piece of this round, remember our good morning. So feet are gonna walk back in, bend into those knees, arms at the shoulders or behind the head. And now we're bowing forward, long spine, over and up. Squeeze the glutes. Over and straight up. Fantastic, everybody. And stand. Good job. Let's go a couple more here. Long spine. Squeeze the glutes. Last one. Bowing and stand. Beautiful. All right, go ahead and get a drink. I'm going to turn the heater off. And then we're going to move into some core work next. So stand by. All right, everybody. So while I'm talking about this, I want you to kind of warm up your wrist a little bit by rolling them around. You can make a fist or with an open hand. Just roll them around back and forth. And then you can also do a stretch where you hold the elbow into the side, pull all your fingers back, extend your wrist, and then straighten out through that elbow. So you want to get a nice stretch in those forearms. Pull the fingers back and then extend the elbow straight out. Go about 5 times on each side. All right. As you're stretching out your wrists and forearms, I'm going to talk through what we're getting ready for. Some of you have done this with us before. For others, it might be new. We're going to do some side plank work. But if you're like, man, I don't know if I'm ready for a side plank, just do a straight plank. Meaning, place your hands underneath your shoulders, walk your feet back, and hold just like so. If you want to progress into the side plank, you're going to put your hand on one arm, walk your body to the side, and then you push into the chair, lifting up out of the shoulder, okay? You can also do it against the wall, where I would just have an outstretched arm against the wall, and then I lean into it and just walk my feet out. So the farther my feet are away, the more weight that I'm going to be holding into my arm, okay? And yes, it's some shoulder stability work, but we're also looking to target that, we call them our oblique muscles that are like in the side of our body. That's what a lot of the side plank targets, along a lot of our stabilizers for our spine. So how it's going to work, we're going to hold upwards of 20 seconds, and then we're going to switch arms for about 10. I'm going to give you like every 10 seconds. So I'll tell you at 10, I'll tell you at 20. We're going to have 4 rounds on each arm. So you want to just kind of feel out what feels best for you and try to pick a number that you can hold for all 4 sets. Okay. And if you're doing the 2-arm hold, just stand up in between arms and then come back into it and just hold on 2. Okay. Any questions there? All right. Let's go ahead and get started here in 20 seconds. I'm going to start on my left arm. And like I said, 4 rounds, holding for upwards of 20, 10 seconds in between sides. So it's pretty quick. Just do the best you can with the transitions. All right, place the hands underneath the shoulders, or if you're against the wall, start to kind of lean into it, walk the feet out. And then if you're coming onto one side, shift to one side, and here we go. Lifting up out of that bottom shoulder. Breathe, and I have my feet kind of staggered here. That's 10 seconds. Pushing through the floor, pushing through the chair rather, and rest. Bring the hand down, walk the feet in. And then the rest is not really a rest. We just transition the other side. 2, 1, and here we go. Walk the feet back, either holding on 2 or rotate to 1. Very good, Shirley. That's great. Yep. Pushing out of that bottom shoulder, reaching up. That's over 10 seconds. Sorry, lost track. And 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. So that's cycle 1. We've got 3 more sets. Back to your first side. Walk the feet. And here we go. Lift up out of that bottom shoulder. And we're also lifting through the hips here. So I don't want my hips to drop down. That's 10 seconds. 15, 2, 1, and 20. Fantastic. Second half of set 2. Place the hands, walk the feet, and here we go. Lift and hold. Very nice. 10 seconds. Keep pulling that shoulder open, lifting up out of that support side. That's 15. And 20. End of 2. Is that 2 rounds? I think we're starting 3. Forgive me if we're not, or you feel free to tell me if we're off. And here we go, second half. Lifting and holding, 10 seconds in. Easy to lose track sometimes. 15 seconds in. 2, 1, there's 20. Beautiful. Second half of round 3, I do believe. Walking the feet back. Bring yourself into position and join us whenever you're ready. I know that's not much rest in between. It's really not a rest. It's more just a transition. And then watch your elbow. If you tend to be hypermobile in that elbow, make sure you keep a little bit of play there, meaning give a little bit of bend. That's 15 seconds. And 20. All right. 3 down. If you want to join us for a 4th, if you're like, hey, I've had enough, then just give it a break. Otherwise, round 4 starts now. Lift and hold. Breathe. It's like an elevated bridge here, so it's not always easy. That's 10 seconds. 15. And 20. Awesome. Last plank, last arm. Place the hands, walk the feet. 2, 1, and here we go. And I'll hear a lot, you make it look so easy. My sincere response, which kind of sounds like a joke, is it's my job to make it look easy. That's 15 seconds, folks. 2, 1, and relax. But I didn't make the balance look all that easy today. At least I didn't feel like it. Good job. Go ahead and roll those wrists back out. And you can kind of shake the hands as well. Woo. Let the hands be heavy. Very good. And then let's rotate through those elbows. There you go. That's it. Yeah, it kind of feels weird. So pull the hands in. And then we'll reverse them the other way. I know we don't give much attention to our elbows very often. It's kind of like, what's going on there? There you go. Good, ladies. And then rock those shoulders around, swing the arms side to side. Watch it, you're not going to hit anything. I've hit my fingers on this chair a few times doing these. It never feels very good. All right, everybody. Next, we're going to warm up a little bit of squatting. All right, if you're not doing any squatting today, just kind of focus on the upper body stretches a little bit. Laura, while we're doing this stretch, you could do some rotations through the mid-back, okay? Otherwise, we want to warm up with a squat sit. So I recommend holding on to something as like your counterbalance. Make sure it's sturdy enough that you're not going to tip it over. And when we go to squat, we're going to place the feet about hip width apart, turn your toes out slightly to help open up through the hips. And then you're either going to hold on or reach your arms out as a counterbalance. Keep your heels planted, drop your hips back and push your knees out, opening through the hips, chest nice and tall. Very good. And push through your heels and stand. Fantastic. And then a couple times here, sinking back, my heels push into the ground, knees push out, and then coming straight up. All right, if you have any kind of kids in your life, they just like hang out in the squat and they play with their blocks and whatever else. You know, it's no big deal. If you go to Asia, I remember when they had the Olympics in China a few years back, they had pictures of the bus stops of everybody sitting into a squat. So it's something that our bodies innately know how to do, but sometimes we go through life and we kind of lose that ability. So you're welcome if you feel more secure as we go into the workout part, you can squat to a chair and then stand from there, okay? That rhymes. So sit back and stand, okay? If your shoulders are good for an overhead reach, you can combine the squat into an overhead reach, or you can just stay in your chair and hold either one weight or 2 weights and push straight up to overhead, just like so, okay? So how this is gonna work is we're gonna be doing upwards of 40 seconds, weights or no weights. If you're squatting, you can come up out of that squat and reach to overhead, okay? Or right from your chair, you can push up and down here, okay? If it doesn't feel good to go overhead, you can also use bands and just push straight out in front of your body, or just use unweighted, and just practicing opening through your shoulders without any weights. All right, so we go squat or thruster for 40 seconds. Then we'll have 20 seconds. We're gonna rotate, and we're gonna hold a little bit more of a plank position, this time with the 2-arm. You either stay square, or if you feel okay to shift side to side, we're doing what we call our plank row, where you pull the hand into the side, elbow nice and tall, okay? 40 seconds there at the most, and then we're gonna take for upwards. I'm gonna take you guys through upwards of 4 rounds here today. If you wanna do 2, I recommend joining us for every other. Any questions before we get started? And if you're pretty secure in your squat, don't feel like you have to use that chair. It's great if you don't have to, sinking down, standing, reaching up to overhead at the top, with weight or without weight. All righty? All right, if there are no questions, we'll get started here in 20 seconds. Like I said, I'll take you through 4 rounds, and then we'll finish with a stretch. I'm gonna demo the first round from the chair with a little bit of weight reaching up to overhead. All right, so if you're going from the chair, we'll start standing. And here we go, sitting back, control, stand and push to overhead. Squeeze the glutes, very good. Reach back, control down, and then stand and reach up, push towards the ceiling. There you go, good, that's the way. Control back, straight up and drive. Nice, back. Push through your feet to come up. There, beautiful. That's nice, everybody. Control down and stand. Last one, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. See, happy dog tails in the picture. All right, from here we come up to our standing position, 10 seconds till we start the next exercise. So place the hands on your table, on your chair, on the side of the couch, walk the feet back, and here we go. You want to have your feet a little bit wider. So I have my feet about hip width apart or slightly outside the feet, and then either stay with 2 hands or begin to row. 1 hand into the shoulder, nice strong support, pulling it up and in. As you shift your weight side to side, focus to stay as strong as you can. Have as little shift in your body as, yep, up and in. That's 30 seconds. Nice. Elbow straight up and down. And 2, 1, rest. Diane, if you're using weights here, instead of swinging it out wide, I would do it like a row where you pull the elbow straight up above, reach down. So keep it close to your body instead of reaching out. All right, everybody, so that's round 1. Feel free if you want to take this next round off. We don't have a ton of time between sets. So otherwise, we're going to go back to our squats in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sitting back, stand and push. And remember, you also can just do the overhead portion. So seated or standing, knees out, heels down. Very good. That's the way, Shirley. Good depth, Diane, controlling into that squat. Beautiful. Straight up. Sinking. Stand and push. Good. Control down. Heels push into the floor. Straight up. Good job. Maybe one more. Sit back. And stand and drive. Fantastic. And rest. Woo! Great job. With or without weights for that row. And 3, 2, 1. Join us if you'd like, or take a little bit of break here. This is the end of set 2. Like I said, we have 4 rounds, so you got plenty of time to join us. Elbow high. It's like I'm pulling my thumb up into my armpit. So up into the armpit, squeeze that shoulder blade back. There you go. Elbow comes straight up towards the ceiling. Nice, Shirley, that looks great. Good, Diane. Straight up, squeeze, and reach. Fantastic. About 10 more seconds. And just like we talked about earlier, make a nice wide handprint wherever you're supporting through the wrist. 2, 1, and relax. Great job. Short break. And I'm going to show just the overhead portion this time from the chair. So don't feel like you have to do those squats. If you want to give your legs a little bit of a break, we can go with weights or without weights. 2, 1, and here we go. If you're liking those squats and want to stick with it, then please go ahead and stay with it. There you go, straight up and down, with or without weights, pushing up to overhead. Nice. There you go. Good, Laura. Straight up. Nice, Shirley. Still doing that squat. I love it. Doing great. Yep. And push high to the ceiling. And then have some fun. Pretend you're like, oh no, I got like a 17-year-old stepdaughter. Still likes to go and dance and have a great time. Her friends are just so free. Having some fun. Last 1, 2, 1, and reach up and celebrate. Good work. Sometimes it's hard with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, all the things we see on the news, to just have some fun. All right, this is the end of round 3, I do believe. We're going to get back into our plank position. Anytime you need a break, please take it. Otherwise, second to last set here. 2, 1, here we go. And you can see I tend to pike my hips here. So you want to have your hips in line with the shoulders best you can, but you don't want to go too far the other way. So I'd almost rather see you piked than to see you arched. But in an ideal world, we want to be like a straight body line here. Yep. Breathe and rowing side to side. Think about that lower part of your shoulder blade. Pull it in like you're trying to touch the center of your back. Pushing through the mat, pushing through your chair. Breathe here. Let's get about 1 more on each side. Up and in. 2, 1, and rotate. Awesome. All right, last time through of each movement. If you're like, hey, I've had enough, give yourself a break. Otherwise, we're going to go here in 10 seconds. And I'll show the full squat to overhead this time. Whether you're squatting to a chair or without, place the feet about hip width apart, slight turn out with the toes, and here we go. Whenever you're ready, sending your hips back, chest tall, straight up to overhead. So Diane, keep the weights on your shoulders as you squat down, and then as you come out of the squat, then drive up to overhead, or best you can. Sitting back, stand, and push. That's better. Well done. Good job. Back, up, and drive. Fantastic. Good, Shirley. Sinking, sinking, sinking. Push through your feet. Stand with confidence. Woo! Last time. Focus. Up and drive high. Woo! Very good. Give yourself a round of applause. All that we have left is that plank row and some stretches. Well done. Whew, lots of midline work today, a little bit of shoulder work. Place those hands once again, starfish those hands, walk the feet, and here we go. Elbow high. Pull that thumb in towards your armpit, reaching down, everything strong. Breathe. Well done. Nice, that's the way, good. Shoulder blade back, strong support. Fantastic. Let's get about 1 or 2 more on each side. Down and support, up and in. And 2, 1, and that completes the session. minus our stretches. Whew. All right, everybody, whether you're sweating or not, let's grab a little bit of water to drink. Well done. Okay. So that stretch that we did in the beginning where you stood in like a stagger stance and rotated your body, that's a great one to do right now if you have trouble grabbing your foot. So either repeat that one, or if you can grab your foot, we're going to stretch out the quad a little bit deeper. So lift up through the hip, grab one foot, pull the heel towards your glute. I was going to say, Shirley, I don't know if I want to talk on the phone while I do that one. There you go. I love the multitasking. Good job, everybody. Nice and strong. And go ahead and relax. Very good. If you're doing that standing stagger, just switch which foot is in front, open the hips on the other side, or if you're good to grab the foot, grab that foot, hang on, and just gently open the thigh. This is, again, one of those stretches that you either make it look easy or it's super challenging. It's not always easy to grab your foot, so be gracious with yourself. If you can't quite get there, it's okay. 2, 1, and relax. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take it down to the chair. So come into the edge of the seat best you can. Place your feet firmly planted. And then let's start with your left arm. We're going to reach it straight up in the air. Notice your posture here. So stay as tall as you can. Pull that chin in. And now bend the elbow. You're going to reach up, grab onto that elbow. We're just going to pull it back behind, kind of stretching through the tricep best you can. There you go. Good. And if you want to add a little bit of some side bending, you can bend your body away from the side that you're stretching. Sometimes easier said than done. For a second, I thought, Laura, I didn't know what was going on. Your ceiling fan is like right above your head in the picture. And so it looked like you had like something flitting and floating in the air. Good job. Shake it out. Watch your arm rest there. But open here, squeeze those shoulder blades. Alternate which arm comes on top. Squeeze it back, close, and open. And same thing, other side. Reach the other arm back. And then check in with the posture. Drop the hand like you're trying to scratch your back with that hand. Grab the elbow and then pull into that tricep stretch. So if this is tough, just stay there. If you feel okay here, start to add that little bit of a side bend, bending away from the side that you're stretching. Straight up and over. Very good. Breathe. Beautiful. Last one. And relax it down. All right, from here, we're going to move into giving the hips a little bit of attention. So the best you can, see if you can pull one knee up towards your chest and see if you can bring the foot to kind of hook that foot on the opposite knee, okay? And now you can just kind of use this to pull that thigh in. I just had like rotating that foot around a little bit, pulling it in, hugging it into the leg. And now we're just getting a nice opening here on the outside of the hip. There you go. And then relax it down. Place that foot down, sitting tall. Other side, pull it up and across. If you can, hook the foot on the opposite knee. Pull it across. And again, stretching out through the glute on the opposite side. Breathe here. And relax. Good job. In between sides, we're going to stretch the low back a little bit. So I have my feet firmly planted, knees a little bit wider, and I'm going to slide the hands down the legs, just kind of bowing forward as far as it feels good on your back. Drop the head down, and then focus your breath like we did from standing earlier, breathing into the back. Use your upper body to control how far down you go. And then when you're ready, push through your arms, bring yourself back up to the top. And we're gonna do one more stretch for the hips, our figure 4 stretch. So you're gonna bring the knee up. If you can, try to get that foot onto the opposite thigh, and then you're gonna let this knee drop down a little bit. So we call it a figure 4. And then you sit tall, and sometimes that's all you need to like open up that hip. If you wanna add a little bit more, you just bow forward slightly. Whew, I'm a little stiff there today. But we don't want it to be painful to stretch. We just want it to be encouraging our body into new positions. One more deep breath here. Good job, relax it down. Same thing, other leg. Working that foot up, hugging it in. Nice and tall, and then leaning into it. Almost done, everybody. Just a couple more after this. We could easily spend the whole hour stretching, but we do a lot of movement throughout, so just a little bit of time at the end to focus on some stretching. And then my goal for you all is to get some ideas about what stretches help your body, and then you could do them on your own in life. All right, the last couple that I want to do is to give some movement and some rotation to the spine. We're going to go hand behind the head. You're going to bring the elbow towards your opposite leg, and then you're going to sit tall, and then you can use your hand on the inside of this thigh as you rotate and peer over that shoulder. Breathe in, elbow towards the opposite thigh, sit tall, and then exhale, blow the air out of your lungs as you peer over that shoulder. That's number 2. Let's get about 3 more here on your own. Close it down. We call these our thoracic rotations from a seated position. So our thoracics are our mid-back area, the area of your spine that lives between your rib cage, and it gets stiff. So we want to keep it moving, keep it mobile. Last one here. Beautiful. And then same thing, other side. Hand behind the head, close it down, sit tall, and rotate. Good job. About 5 on your own. Breathe in as you close. As you turn, blow the air out of your lungs. Breathe in to close. Sit tall and exhale. Good job. Last couple. Fantastic. Relax that arm down. And then our last variation, those of you that are here often know it, hand to the opposite thigh, turn yourself into that twist, hand to the same side shoulder. And now we're going to peer over that shoulder, and we'll make our circles here, rotating backwards. So encouraging the shoulder blade to come up and down along the rib cage, and then just a gentle twist into your torso. Nice deep breaths. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, same idea, other direction. Sit tall. Use this hand to kind of pull yourself around, hand to that same side shoulder, about 10 times, circling that elbow up and around, back and down. All right. And then as always, you're always welcome to kind of open up that neck a little bit more, up and down. You know, you want to learn your body. Where do you tend to hold tension? Where do you want to add some more movements? What feels good to you, right? So just continuously expand your awareness and try to have some fun in the process. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Stay hydrated. Eat some food that nourishes your body, and try to create some joy in your everyday living. Hope to see you next time.